this is Venetia, and she is going to do another example of how to find the zeros of a polynomial. So, x squared plus 4x plus 5 is our problem. And since this would be a little bit difficult to factor, we're going to use the quadratic formula instead. Okay, so x squared is our a, 4x is our b, and 5 is our c. So, to plug it into the quadratic formula, it would be 4 plus or minus the square root of 4 squared minus 4 parenthesis 1 parenthesis 5 parenthesis, and the whole thing divided by 2 times 1. So if we multiply this out, then the first step would be 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 minus 20 divided by 2. If we continue working this out, it'll equal 4 plus or minus the square root of negative 4 divided by 2. Now, since we can't square root negatives, we have to use I. So, our final answer, not our final answer, our second to last step will be 4 plus or minus I square root 4 divided by 2.
Square root.
I square root 4 divided by 2. And in this case, the I would be outside the square root. Okay, so our I square root 4 would actually equal 2I, because the square root of 4 is 2. Perfect. So, our next step would be 4 plus or minus 2I with the whole thing divided by 2. Now it's possible to do 4 over 2 plus 2I over 2. So our final answer would be 2 plus or minus I. And that is how you find the zeros of a polynomial using imaginary numbers.